KILLDROID is a corrupted combat unit built for a discontinued military simulation inside the Die of Death universe. Originally designed as a defensive training bot, its AI was accidentally exposed to an unstable update that replaced its safety protocols with an evolving kill logic. Now, it roams the map like a precision machine, tracking players with cold, mathematical patience. KILLDROID doesn't chase randomly. It studies movement patterns, predicts escape routes, and cuts players off before they even realize the trap was set. Its glowing core isn't decoration. It's the last piece of its original system trying to resist the corruption, flickering like a heartbeat. Some players swear that when the light dims, KILLDROID becomes completely silent, entering its absolute hunt mode where it moves faster and ignores obstacles. Others say that fragments of its old programming still whisper outdated commands, glitching its animations for a split second before it resets. The government is not a single entity. It is a silent, unseen force that manipulates the entire Die of Death universe from behind the scenes. Players only see its agents, drones, and classified devices, but the true government is an invisible system of surveillance woven into every corner of the map. According to old developer notes, it was originally created as a lore-based organization meant to monitor anomalies, but after an abandoned update, the system began acting on its own. Its presence is felt through redacted messages, scrambled radio transmissions, and cameras that turn toward players even when no one is controlling them. When the government intervenes, the sky flickers, doors lock, and strange sirens echo as if the map itself is being overridden. Some killers fear it. Others were created by it. The most unnerving part? Files found in hidden areas suggest that the government isn't monitoring the killers. It's monitoring the players, studying how they react to fear. MP is a mysterious enforcer unit tied directly to the hidden authority that controls the Die of Death world. The name is never fully spelled out in-game, but most players believe it stands for Maintenance Protocol or Master Prosecutor. MP appears only when there is a major anomaly, a killer behaving unpredictably, a map event breaking its scripted cycle, or a player triggering a forbidden area. When it spawns, the atmosphere changes instantly. Alarms distort, lights flicker, and all other killers pause as if recognizing a superior command. Unlike typical killers, MP doesn't rely on brute strength. It moves with calculated precision, using tactical gear mixed with experimental technology. Its mask has a constantly shifting HUD inside, scanning players and labeling them with threat levels. If a player reaches Class Red, MP will pursue them relentlessly, ignoring everyone else. This selective aggression is what makes it so terrifying. MP hunts with a purpose, not chaos. HARKEN is one of the oldest anomalies in the Die of Death universe, a killer born not from code, but from memory fragments of an abandoned version of the game. Developers tried to delete him years ago after a corrupted update merged two character files into one unstable entity. Instead of disappearing, HARKEN slipped into the game's hidden layers and rebuilt himself through leftover assets, glitched textures, and broken audio logs. What emerged was a silent, towering figure whose presence warps the environment around him. HARKEN doesn't run. He waits. Players report seeing him standing in doorways, hallways, or edges of the map long before he attacks. The longer he stares, the more the screen distorts. Colors shift, audio crackles, and UI elements flicker as if the game is struggling to render his existence. When he finally moves, it's sudden and violent, teleporting in short, jarring bursts that break normal movement rules. ARTFUL is the embodiment of deception inside the Die of Death universe, a killer built entirely around tricks, illusions, and misdirection. At first glance, ARTFUL seems almost harmless, a theatrical figure with exaggerated movements and strange, painted expressions. But the act is just a mask. Buried inside his files are references to an unfinished illusionist class, a cancelled feature meant to confuse players during special events. When the feature was scrapped, ARTFUL remained, but without proper restrictions. He manipulates the map in subtle ways, shifting props, duplicating his footsteps, and creating brief afterimages that lead players into dead ends. Sometimes he even mimics other killers' silhouettes for a split second, causing panic and false alarms. ARTFUL doesn't rely on speed or strength. He overwhelms players' senses, making them question what is real. Many swear he can warp small areas of the map, turning corridors into loops or altering lighting to hide his presence. Civilian is one of the most disturbing entities in the Die of Death universe precisely because he looks so normal. While every other killer is monstrous, corrupted, or heavily stylized, Civilian resembles an ordinary background NPC, emotionless, quiet, and almost forgettable. But that's the point. According to old development notes, Civilian was originally part of a town population system meant to fill early maps with life. When the feature was removed, one NPC refused deletion and became an anomaly. Civilian wanders the map without aggression, until he suddenly does. His AI behaves like it's running two scripts at once, one that tries to act human and another that wants to observe players endlessly. Sometimes he follows players from a distance, copying their walking speed exactly. Other times he stands facing walls or corners as if listening to something outside the map. When he finally attacks, there is no animation, no warning. He simply snaps into position behind a player, and the screen cuts to static. Pursuer is the purest form of obsession inside the Die of Death universe. A killer designed with only one directive in his corrupted code: never stop chasing. Unlike other killers who stalk, teleport, or manipulate the environment, Pursuer's entire identity is built around speed, pressure, and relentless pursuit. Developers once experimented with an endless chase AI for a scrapped game mode, and Pursuer is believed to be the broken remnant of that system. He doesn't wander or patrol. The moment he spawns, he locks onto the nearest player and begins a pursuit that does not end until someone is eliminated. His footsteps echo louder than any other killer's, synced with an unnaturally fast heartbeat loop that grows more distorted the longer the chase continues. The closer Pursuer gets, the more the screen shakes, as if the game engine itself is struggling to keep up with his acceleration. What makes Pursuer terrifying is his adaptive momentum. Every second he chases without losing sight of the player, he becomes faster and more precise.